Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Series Strategy Game and we are returning to Rule the Waves 2 in the US-Soviet War of 1948. So we are blockading the Soviets in their home region of Northern Europe. And something that I don't quite understand is why the Soviets are sending so much of their forces down here towards South America. So they've been traveling sort of this way, and I really don't know why. So we need to keep an eye on this. Other than that, I'm pretty content with blockading them here. We did sink a battleship of them last turn, so that's pretty good. We do have a very healthy financial situation, so that too is very good. And in terms of air groups, we just built up our bases mostly in Far East Asia because we expected a war with Japan, which hasn't come forward. But you know what, we're still gonna re-equip these guys. So Tsingtao, the base over here in, I guess, the Chinese Sea, Yellow Sea, whatever, has 20 more capacity, and we're going to move some medium bombers out of our reserve forces towards over there, and that should give them a very nice punch. We also have the base in Manila, I think, yeah, that's been built up, and I think over here it just makes sense to increase the number of aircraft in these various groups, so that we have a full complement basically. So yeah, I think that's fine. That does leave some fighter and torpedo bombers in the reserve. That's all right. We are building up a couple of new carriers, so that is good overall. In total, they still have 7 capital ships. We only have 5 capital gunships. We have, of course, many more carriers. In fact, 10, including the ones that we are building. We have a lot of light cruisers. We have somewhat, not that many destroyers maybe, and we're not building that many. So you know what? With the funds that we do have, I think it might make sense to build some new destroyers. And the way that we might want to do that is look at this design and just have a look at whether we should maybe get a new version of this. So we don't have an autoloader for the 5-inch guns. That's somewhat unfortunate. I would really like to get that. We could also include potentially some medium guns over here, so a quadruple mount. I think that'd be fine. Mines, we don't really need mines, but we might as well do some. We could do minesweeping gear, but that would reduce the anti-submarine warfare effectiveness, so I don't think that's an overly good idea. Could maybe increase the speed? No, not really. Well, we could get it towards a speed priority, but it's not that important. So yeah, no secondary guns, no armor whatsoever. Of course, it's a destroyer, so I think that's fine. Decent amount of 5-inch guns, I would say. It's a pretty tough ship actually. Well, not tough in terms of its capability to stand and fight, but tough in its ability to dish out damage. So that's kind of lovely, right? So we have to dial this down a little bit due to the mines, I think. The Truxton, yeah, why not? Let's save it. All okay. Yeah, it's going to take some time to develop that. I also want to look at the aircraft types because I've had a look around. And if we compare our fighters, so ours is the Martin Nightingale, and it has significantly less speed than all of its competitors. And somewhat less firepower, so I think we want to request a new proposal for a fighter here with a priority on firepower and secondary speed, and I think that's going to be good. Right, that being said, let's take the next turn here. We can secure even better terms. All peace negotiations. Okay, so this is going to be a very, very tough war over here. New medium bomber is ready for operational services. That's very lovely. And we have a coastal raid. I'm always a little bit reluctant with coastal raids because it's just very dangerous. Okay, so it is late morning. So basically local time is 9 o'clock. We do have a couple of forces over here, some carriers over there. I think that's potentially 3 carriers. Some battleships over here. Oh, no. 1 battleship and 2 battle cruisers. Okay, I don't think we've seen that so far. So this is a mixed group of battleships and cruisers. And we have this light cruiser here that does some scouting. These destroyers are doing some screening. That's fine. We also have another battle division up here, which does include, so that's AI controlled, and this is including the California and Connecticut, so 2 battleships. That's unfortunate. So I think we might want to go over there, and let's dial up the speed here a little bit, and then these carriers over here, we are going to ask them to be a core part of this battle division, the Ranger and Lubang. Do we have another carrier division? Yeah, we do. That's the Bennington. So, your status? You are also going to be a core part of the other carrier division. There we go. Ranger, Lubang, and Bennington. Okay, that's fine. That's good. And then we need to... I mean, it's heavy, it's light rain, so we can't do that many air operations, but we do need to set up the air operations in case the weather does get a little bit better. So I think it's fine if we do it like if we do the search pattern like this, and we definitely want maximum combat air patrol as soon as we can do this. Okay, we can't do any weather operations. Okay, as long as we can't do any, I'm going to take my guys here and just immediately sail them up towards over here. The Soviets do have a very significant advantage in heavy guns, so we'll have to be mindful of that. But I believe our air power can win the day, as long as that rain, it's only light rain also, as long as that rain does clear up at some point. Okay, let's go to very fast over here. So far we haven't really seen anything. No. Wait, what's happening? California reports an unknown radar contact. And California is part of our group here? No, California is... Ah, this is awkward. So California is, I think, part of these guys here. Okay, let's come over there and see whether we can help them out. This position might not be fully accurate either, so we'll have to see. Let's do here... Whoop, unknown radar contact, okay. Oh, actually our radar range is immense now. It's only overcast, so let's have a look at the potential for strikes over here. So this is the Lumangan Ranger, this is the Bennington. I think what I would like to do is get 14 dive bombers here, with a heavy loadout of course. And we're going to send you towards the target location. And we're going to launch this strike immediately, so just have a look at whether we can find anything there and immediately engage it. And even though it's risky, we are going to select all of these guys here in Carrier Division 7 and ready all of our aircraft to be engaging immediately as soon as we see a sign of the enemy. Right, so all of our dive bombers have a heavy loadout, all of our torpedo bombers are carrying torpedoes. That's lovely to see. All of our fighters are carrying a light loadout, so no bomb at all. And I think these guys might actually be carrying a heavy loadout as well. So a 1,000-pound bomb, and that wouldn't be too bad. Oh, you can do ground strikes or recon. Okay, you know what? You, sir, are still going to be light, so that I think is fine. And we have these 12 aircraft here. You maybe just be recon. I want to try this out once. You have a fairly decent range. So yeah, let's try this. Right, so we are going to ready this strike, and that's fine. Good. Let's investigate this radar contact here. Let's sail north and see what's going to happen. Oh, we should go back to normal. Normal. Right, so it's only a radar contact. We don't really know what's going on there. Funny enough, I think our vision range is much lower than our gun range, and our radar range is actually much higher than that. So, ooh, look at that, more ships. I do see some splashes over here. These splashes might be from the California, so we might be very close to our buddies over here. This guy here is probably already damaged pretty heavily. I don't think we are firing on any of these guys. Colorado opens fire. And there's the Connecticut and the California. So these are our friends. It's lovely to see them around over here. But yeah, that unidentified ship over there is... We should see it now. Game auto safety, yeah, come on. We are engaging it. Yeah, I think we can detach a destroyer, why not? Get some points. Yes. So, not sure what this is. Probably a very small ship, a corvette, maybe destroyer. It's fast, so it can't be a merchantman, I think. Still unidentified. Yeah, it's a destroyer. 34 knots nominally. 4-inch guns, interestingly enough. Nothing has been destroyed on it yet. All of its guns and torpedoes are still in action potentially, so I'm gonna have to be aware of that. But we are firing on it. Yeah, there's a 16-inch hit. Its speed should drop down significantly at some point. 16-inch guns are immense. It's basically hurling a car towards you in terms of weight. Unsighted firing on unknown ship. Interesting. I think our ships must have gone off towards the right. Let's keep an eye on the reports. I think I would like to know if anything is over there. Yeah, there we are. Some good hits here. I think they're slowing down. So we can come sort of south of them. Don't want to get too close due to torpedo damage. Kind of concerned I don't want to unduly risk anything here. But they must have suffered some immense flotation damage, and now they're dead in the water. So yeah, I think they're going down. Let's keep our distance. That should be okay. Yeah, actually, you know what, actually stop firing for 10 minutes. And there's an unidentified ship down here. So, ooh, this is a battleship, supposedly. So, yeah, don't stop firing. And actually your target is going to be this battleship. Thank you. Go due south. That should be fine. We've got the California and Connecticut here as well. So that's cool. And then we should maybe have a look at Carrier Division 9. Carrier Division 9 or 7? Okay, 7. Right, and let's see what squads you have. You guys are all ready, so that's pretty lovely. Can we take one from the Ranger? Let's say 14 dive bombers from the Ranger. And these 13 torpedo bombers from the Lubang. And your target is going to be... a battleship over here? Well, interestingly... okay, yeah, I think we can do this as well. So let's launch this strike, and then we're going to do the other way around. So 13 dive bombers from over here and 14 torpedo bombers. And your target is going to be this battleship down here. And you can launch that strike as well. We don't need it to be coordinated, I believe. Right. Oh, damn it. I thought the battleship was traveling in the other way. Right. Ooh, Colorado. Have you taken some damage? Or no, one of your turrets is just jammed. I was a little bit afraid there. Right. 14 Electros are approaching enemy ships. What? Already? Where? Where? We only just sent out someone. Oh, no. We did send out someone over there in the target area. Okay, that's fine. Right, so what have we got here? We've definitely got a battleship. Ooh, and it seems to be carrying 8 16-inch guns. It's not the youngest ship. It's 1937. 27 knots, but it's immense. 46,000 tons. And that's much bigger than the ships that we can build. So, yeah. It has immense deck armor, so... might actually be good to be engaging it at this sort of ranges. We definitely outgun it with all of our 3 ships, even though the Colorado can only fire with one of its turrets. Why are you not using a frontal turret? That's weird. Alright. Okay guys, you need to circle around a little bit. So we've scored a first hit on it, but it's really going to be tough to overwhelm it. 20 knots. Yeah, I really hope that... Ooh, and we need to be mindful of our carriers over there. You guys should keep your distance. Okay, you know what? I think we have to travel due north. So let's make a full turn over here. Just to remain between our carriers and this battleship. Otherwise it might be doing some real damage. Some very good hits there. 3 hits, so that's great. San Francisco is being hit a little bit in the superstructure. One of its turrets is jammed, so that's nice to see. Only 6 guns remain. 6 main guns. Also a lot of secondary guns. So that's great. Yeah, just some minor stuff. And we are doing some dive bombing, so let's get this out on an enemy transport. That's nice, and we have scored a hit there. It's not the most fantastic, but still. Right, and you guys are all shooting. Yeah, you are. Except for the Colorado, of course, with its damaged thingy. We are running, if you're going north, we are running straight into this destroyer, and that might still shoot torpedoes at us, so that's worrisome. Also, the Colorado has been hit with a single heavy hit in its engine room, and that's dropping its speed by 3 knots. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. However, and these guys are down to 15 knots, so yeah, I think we are definitely putting more damage onto them than they are onto us, but is it gonna be enough? More dive bombings, more firing small guns, actually, no, on the destroyer. That's alright. Yeah, hits on them, that's nice. Let's sail a little bit further away from this destroyer. Hits, but to no visible effect at least. No. Well, what am I saying? There are some very definitely visible effects. So we've taken out, completely out, 2 of their turrets, and one of them is at least temporary out, so they only can fire with 1 single turret, so I fully expect them to disengage now. No, they seem to be pushing the attack. No. Or maybe they are turning around. That's the Fanning. I want to see the Colorado. Yeah, still one of your turrets jammed. But yeah, I think they are turning around. That one turret is still in action and firing on us. But no, we are scoring a lot of hits here. But we can't turn around now due to this damn destroyer. In fact, I think we want to break off a little even. It's a little bit unfortunate, but I think it's okay. So yeah, let's have a look at our strike packages in Division 9, I believe, with the Bennington. We've got some dive and torpedo bombers. So, okay, let's try with torpedo bombers. You guys. I realize you're not ready, but that's fine. Let's pick a target. Let's say you're going to be over here. And let's launch that strike. I hope we're slowing it down enough to be... Ooh, it's actually on fire. To be able to score some torpedo hits then. I mean, it's still going 15 knots, but also we're still putting some damage in it. 10 knots. Okay, we've apparently sunk 2 ships. Not sure which they are. It's certainly not this guy yet. Oh, it's the destroyer. Yeah, we can, I think, afford to pick up some guys here. And our battleships can run around because that destroyer is now gone. Right, up here everything is a little bit in disarray, but it's not too bad. Also the California and Connecticut on its AI pattern are coming towards this, and apparently we've now completely taken out all of its turrets, so yeah, this guy does have... He lives in a little bit of a world of pain. And he has some torpedo bombers coming forward. So, you know what? Actually, what we might want to do is on Carrier Division 9. No, you've already launched, or you are doing that, so you've been given the order and you're going to follow up with this. That's okay. You can continue to put some damage in it. The faster it goes down, the better it will be. There are some torpedo bombers on a strike mission. Apparently they are not engaging though. And yeah, just it's being pummeled by five big ships. And the California is just putting pain in it at a very, very short range. Okay, in fact you might want to hold your fire. Because I don't think this is worthwhile. This guy is going down anyway. And there's a 3-inch gun hit. It's being pommeled even by the small destroyers. So that's interesting to see. I don't think we need the gun range here. Yeah, our air power is not doing quite as much as I would have hoped, and that's mainly due to the fact... You're firing 16-inch guns again, aren't you? Yeah. That's mainly due to the fact that weather isn't quite as good as we would have hoped. Ooh, and there are some torpedoes from the fanning. That's nice to see. Yeah, so our destroyers are doing something very sensibly on their own. Although I'm not sure whether... Well, this one might hit. Lots of smaller guns firing. Ah, too bad. Okay. Still, I'm very confident that this guy will go down. Okay, so we can go back to normal speed here. You're continuing to launch torpedoes. 2, 3, 4, 5 torpedo hits. And more torpedoes coming in. 6 torpedo hits. You must go down immediately. Otherwise I'm calling bullshit on this. Right. So apparently there was a battleship here at some point. Although we've never really seen that, so... Just all of these destroyers are having their field day, basically. He's going down. He's going down definitively. No way around that. Right. Are we getting more reports from over here? Interesting. So what are we seeing? Battleship, battleship, battleship. Yeah, that's probably all this single battleship. Then we've got a couple of transport ship over here. So we might want to try to launch a strike towards that direction. So you're all unready. In fact, I think I would like you to get ready though. These are 13 aircraft. These are 17. Let's get you a heavy loadout. So yeah, let's ready these strikes. And carrier division 7. Let's launch some strikes that are ready, preferably. Like what? Like you guys. Let's go to a location somewhere over here and let's launch that strike. I think you're gonna find your own targets. We know these are very busy shipping lanes, so still this guy hasn't gone down. I mean, ships tended to stay afloat for an extremely long time sometimes, if there wasn't any big explosion on the ship itself, and it's definitely burning, and so I don't think it's gonna stick around for much longer. Ooh, another news. Yeah, okay, that's just indeed this battleship that we do know of. Oh, unidentified ship down here. Let's try to investigate. So we're gonna sail south now. Max speed, please. You are attacking them, so that's nice to see. Yeah, let's do this. It's a destroyer, so probably not going to be a hugely important target. We're not scoring any dive bombing hits on that, but destroyers are extremely fast targets, of course, so this is inherently somewhat more difficult. Let's try to find them. Oh, 2 unidentified ships, in fact. Let's try to sail over here. Let's see whether we can catch them. This guy down here, at the very least, is not the fastest. And he should be in vision range, actually. We are starting to run a little bit low on ammunition. And we can't catch both of these guys, unfortunately. So let's get the San Francisco here. And you might want to try to catch these guys here. San Francisco is actually much slower than I would have anticipated. Rocket Electrals are approaching enemy ships. Ooh, more ships down here. Interesting. Some transport hits. Nice. I think it's probably over here. Yeah. And this guy here down there seems to be a little bit bigger, isn't he? We have him in vision. And this guy is a bit faster. Is it a corvette? Okay, so it's not big at all. It's like the smallest type of ship that you can get. Yeah, the radar signature just looked a little bit bigger than it was. But our secondaries should really try to engage it. San Francisco should try to get an eye on this unidentified ship there. I'd really like to destroy some of the targets, some of the smaller ships. Yeah, so this guy's gone down. Yeah, we can pick up some survivors. No. 2 destroyers are going to be enough. I'm not going to risk 3 destroyers on a rescue mission. Yeah, there's still this target up here. But other than that, we are trying to catch this guy, and there's another unidentified ship. So yeah, these are rich target grounds actually. This is a transport ship, so he'll not be able to run away. Yeah. Some of our aircraft are still running around, so that's lovely. Electros just basically ravaging their shipping. So come on, while you're passing them, you are firing a lot. Oh, we are attacking Kronstadt, interesting, from Stavanger. So these are some of our level bombers, and they are attacking basically Leningrad over here. So it's nice to see them being attacked. Apparently we have someone over here. Yeah, medium bombers as well, so that's good, that's very good. Right, can you just use your secondaries on this guy? Heavy damage and on fire, yeah. That's a lot of 6-inch guns coming on you, my friend. Just while we are passing them with our battleship line. This must be a terrifying sight. They should just give up, really. There's no point, they cannot fight, so... Oh, and they're being torpedoed? Hopefully they're not striking one of our destroyers in the process just accidentally. That would be kind of sad. Okay, ooh, some report from over here. Interesting. Yeah, so we know about a couple of destroyers, we know about transport ships, yeah. That's about it though. Okay, so... yeah, this guy is not being hit by torpedoes, interestingly enough. We are approaching enemy ships somewhere. I suspect they're just transport ships. Or smaller ones. Yeah. Enemy unidentified ship hit by a torpedo. Lovely. So that's our torpedo bombers doing some things. You are starting to be a little bit slower, aren't you? Yeah, and we are scoring 16-inch hits on them. Colorado again with some turret issues. Want to try to get our secondaries to be on them. Hopefully without exposing us to torpedo damage. Right. Okay, yeah, we are going in behind them. But our secondaries are now coming into play, so we are saving a little bit of our main gun armament. He is halted, so... yeah, and he's being strafed by 6-inch guns now. Remember, these are auto guns, so they have a very high rate of fire. And that merchantman's still around here, even though our complete fleet has passed him by now. Okay, lovely. Good. We can come up this way, I think. Don't want to get too close. Yeah, let's simply start to run normal pace over here. Ooh, and more unidentified ships. This is very rich target grounds. I don't know what they are. They seem, maybe, are they making a torpedo run? It's a destroyer. It seems to be a destroyer at least, and this one I think might be a merchantman, although it's a little bit fast for that maybe. No, a corvette. it would be really good to... The Soviets don't, for some reason, don't have that many destroyers and patrol boats, so reducing their ability in that regard is pretty fantastic, actually. Oh, the Grozny is being torpedoed again. Yeah, why not? No, I don't want to... A destroyer, I'm gonna talk about that, but I'm not gonna detach a light cruiser to pick up survivors. Air combat. Okay, so this is interesting. So, combat air patrols are taking 20 dive bombers. Where could that be? Oh, and these torpedoes are a little bit... So, are we seeing any enemy aircraft? I don't see any, but that doesn't mean that they are not there. And 20 torpedo bombers can actually do quite a lot of damage, of course. Jeez, look at all of that air. All of these fights. But we're shooting down a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still, even if we're shooting all of these guys down, it's maybe a third. And I really hope the range of these torpedoes is not such that they can engage our own carriers. That'd be kind of hilariously sad. Do we see these enemy aircrafts, I wonder? I don't see them. Doesn't have to say much, but they still have 10. Okay, they are taking Destroyer Division 10. Destroyer Division 10 is where? Let's look for the order of battle. It's often not the case that this is... Okay, yeah, so they are over here somewhere. I don't see them, but maybe I'm just blind. It must be 10 torpedo bombers. This is a very tight formation, so... Oh, they are attacking the Lubang. This is not good. 10 torpedo bombers. 10 torpedo bombers. We are continuing to attack them, and maybe that's disrupting them at least a little bit. But I'm kind of concerned. Lots of AA firing. Lots of our ships are supporting that. That's very nice. But you're attacking Drayton. But that doesn't have to say anything. I mean, all of these guys are so messed up that on a torpedo level, it's easy to be shot accidentally. Our torpedoes have run out of steam, so that's lovely. They still have these 10 torpedo bombers. I don't see them. More friendly combat. We are shooting them down in large numbers. But again, just 20 aircraft? 20 aircraft, it's very difficult to catch all of them. And just 2 might be enough to do serious damage to us. So even if we shoot down 90%, we are still in trouble. Come on, guys. You can take these out a bit faster, I believe. You're firing 6-inch guns on her. And a lot of them, I believe. Are you using all your secondaries? No, only very few of them, in fact. That's interesting. Let's look at the Colorado. Why is that? Secondaries, deliberate fire, hit percentage, round of fire left on the securities. Secondaries. Right. I believe you should be scoring more hits. But only very few of your guns are in action, so maybe it's your ammunition. Well, at the very least, the enemy aircrafts were seemingly ineffective, so that's nice to see. God damn it. God damn it, I was greedy. Mine torpedo. Was it a mine or was it a torpedo? You guys here, what are you doing? Shouldn't you be screening for the Colorado? You're only 2, I realize, but... because all of these guys have detached. So either the Colorado has run onto a mine, which might well be possible. This is a very shallow sea. Or this guy here has sent some torpedoes. And since I can completely discount that, let's give an order to turn together around over here. Colorado hit by another torpedo. It's starting to not look good. Okay, let's try to run the other way. At least we are scoring some hits now, so I think maybe the guns on this side have a little bit more ammunition. Not necessarily. But yeah, we are scoring some hits. So this guy should go down. And let's ask you to come back into a proper formation. Ooh, it's turning. Turning is not good, because that means it's probably trying to launch torpedoes as well. Colorado really low on ammunition now. These destroyers are rejoining their formation, so that's nice to see. I think I had gotten rid of this. Okay, let's turn together and not turn together. Let's turn into this way and get back to a proper formation, please. Colorado is also losing some speed, but yeah, at least you're sort of re-establishing your line. That was a bit messy, but there's the San Francisco doing whatever it's doing. Yeah, I mean, they are toast. It's just a question of when they will go down. We're not launching any torpedoes or anything on them, but yeah, no, there we are. A destroyer hit by a torpedo, they are gone. Okay, let's try to find something over here. I don't want to venture too far into the Gulf of Finland because there might be mines, and we've seen some issues with that. We've also come under air attack, so I'm not too keen on being too close to that area. And what we might want to do then is have a look at our carrier divisions. Let's say carrier division 9. You might still have some aircraft. Yeah, so you have some 13 dive bombers, and we are going to ask you to attack a target somewhere close to Kronstadt. Oh no, you'd be landing at dusk, so no worries. Not gonna risk that. What we could do though is, I think Carrier Division 9 had some ready guys here. No, you are ready in fact, so you know what, let's actually send you towards over here. We do have enough time for this. And Carrier Division 7, have you got some ready guys? Yeah, you are ready, so more dive bombers. And those are just fighters. So let's ask you to have a look over here, and let's launch this. No, here? No. So I'm looking at this over here and hoping that it's past dusk. Not past dusk, actually, before dusk, of course. Okay, let's launch a strike over here. No. No, I don't want to launch any float planes now. We're sending more torpedoes after this guy down here. Curious. Right, and I think we can speed it up a little bit over here. This destroyer at some point is going to lose his ability to do much. Yeah, and our combat air patrol has been really effective here, so that's very nice to see. It was only a single attack by the Soviets, but still, that was disrupted beautifully. And here's dusk, so yeah, all of our aircrafts are now coming back and should be landing soon, including you guys over here, I would hope. These 13 dive bombers. But they're not finding anything, so they are continuing to surge. Can I order you back? Flying, you guys. I don't think I can. Well, that's alright. We're going to suffer some operational losses, but we can always replace these bombers, so. Right, let's sail away. Let's go to Ultra. You guys are still searching. You're not going to find anything over land. I can promise you that. At least no shipping. Yes. Right, so we've sunk their battleship, the only battleship that they had. We've sunk 4 destroyers, 3 corvettes, 4 auxiliaries. Very lovely, very good. Major victory for us, of course. Let's look at the ship details. Let's look at these guys over here. You've suffered 6 torpedoes hit, 6 torpedo hits, 100 heavy gun hits, 100 medium hits, and only 10 light hits. So immediately, just the first couple of hits. The second hit here, actually, a second after the first one, did hit its engine room, and the first turret was disabled by Independence very soon afterwards. And yeah, you can just see it's being ravaged all the time, mostly by 16-inch guns, and then you have a lot of torpedo hits later on as it's being sinking. But you can see the flooding damage, so they may have reduced that flooding at some point, but even it was at 2,000 by the point it sank. So yeah, that's harsh. We've suffered some light damage on the Colorado. I don't think it should be anything too important. How about aircraft losses? So we've lost 14 aircraft, and most of them due to operational, half of them due to operational losses, 3 to enemy aircraft, 4 to AA fire. Interesting. Whereas they have lost 26, most of them to aircraft. Yeah, all of these 20 torpedo bombers we shot down by our combat air patrol. That's very good. They did have some fighters. They did have 80 dive bombers. Very happy that those didn't find us. 80 dive bombers would have been a major problem. Okay, let's build a couple of destroyers. I think just 8 is completely fine. Monthly builds costs are going to go into the negatives, but we're fine. And you know, some of these are going to finish up over time, so I think that's going to be pretty good. Colorado has taken some damage that needs to be repaired. Yorktown being repaired over here as well. The San Jose, I'm not sure why you are damaged. And all of these other guys are fine still. And look at that, they are going down there. Are they trying to come up towards this area? Will they be trying to come up towards our west coast? So I'm tempted to move our forces to the west coast, because if we intercept them on the west coast, we are fighting at a major advantage, and that is, if we're doing any damage to them, they'd be suffering pretty badly. And it's 2 turns, right? Ah, no, it's 2 turns for them. It's 1 turn. Should have thought about that a little bit earlier. Where are they going? I think they'll be coming towards the west coast next turn. How much forces have they even got over here at all? They only have a battleship and a carrier. So do we need the forces that we have in Northern Europe? Let's have a look. So, well, what I guess we can do is take off the battle cruisers. And then in terms of the aircraft carriers that we have over here, I do want to keep a couple of them. But, so the Yorktowns, we're going to keep them over here, principally because this one is damaged. And we might keep the Ranger, but Lubang and Biscay, we can move those. And I guess we can move at least 3 of our light cruisers. And 4 of our destroyers. And then with all of these Flosser classes, you know what, we are going to take the Flosser classes away, the Reed classes. No. Yeah, I think this way is fine. Yeah. So we're going to move all of these guys towards, firstly, the east coast. Do we want to move them towards the east coast? Can we move towards the Caribbean directly? No, I forgot, and I can't look at the map. I think we can immediately move to the Caribbean. Okay, let's move you guys towards the Caribbean. Yeah, we can. And then from the Caribbean we can move to the west coast. And then over here on the guys on the east coast, Arizona and Alabama, and the Langley. You know what? We're going to move these ships. These ships we're going to move towards Northern Europe. No, damn it. Okay, sorry. I'm So you guys are also going to move towards the Caribbean. So we are going to try to get a big carrier battle off the American West Coast, and we are gathering our forces in the Caribbean for that. Yeah, I think that does make a lot of sense. Right, and we have got a couple of just transport protection guys. You're all fine. Actually, you guys here should all go to trade protection. Oh, no, wait, sorry. Just the corvettes. Yeah. Trade protection, there we are. You as well, trade protection. Okay, that's fine. Right, who else have we got on the East Coast who's worth anything? That's sort by displacement, so that we're not forgetting anything. So lots of battleships over there. Of course, the battle cruisers are moving, that's okay. Yorktown and Ranger are going to stay in Northern Europe, that's fine. And we've got all of these battle cruisers, light cruisers. Guess the Raleigh classes can move up as well. You don't have any A control, but I think that's fine. We do need some guys to scout. Yeah, and we're going to keep four of the Reed classes. They're good AA platforms in Northern Europe. And a lot of these Flosses in Northern Europe. And I guess we can move 3 Flosses towards the Caribbean as well. Oh no, let's keep them in Northern Europe, on the East Coast. Fine. The hull classes though. You're doing trade protection in sort of all places. That's okay, right. So we have a plan to move all of our forces here, and depending on what they are going to do, we are probably going to move into the West Coast and try to engage them over here. Or if they go over here, we might want to engage them over there as well. But that's going to have to wait until next time. So, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.